Welcome back. It's very nice to see you again.
Thank you.
May I start off by asking how you're doing today?
I'm feeling a little better.
That's great to hear. I remember a lot from our last session, you weren't feeling so well.
Yeah, I wasn't, but I'm doing better today, and I still don't feel 100%.
And listen, that's okay. It's not common for someone to totally feel better right away. The most important thing that is you are making progress. And even if it's very small progress is just progress, and that's a big accomplishment. Also, I just want to point out, just by looking at you, I don't even know if you noticed, but I could tell you're better, your body posture, since the last time we met. You were a little slouched down and everything. Now look nice and firm.
Yeah, thank you. I guess it is. Thank you so much.
No, listen, no need to thank me. You're the one doing all the work. Now, before we get off to anything, let's start off with that 2-minute mindful exercise. I don't know if you remember, but I promised you that we would be doing this in the beginning of every session. And today we're just going to do a simple meditation exercise. Are you ready to do it?
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Great job. How do you feel right now?
I actually do feel more relaxed and comfortable.
Good. You did well, just like, the other times. And I just want to let you know, just feel free to do these mindfulness exercises or even meditations anytime you feel anxious or stressed, or even if you're feeling sad. You can do it on your own. Doesn't matter where you are. It doesn't have to just be here. Now, let's discuss the homework assignment from last session. Were you able to complete it?
Sure, yeah. So I was able to go to my friend's house. 2 of my other friends also showed up. We hung out just for a little bit, watched some TV, and then my friends decided to go to the movies. They wanted me to go, and I thought about it, but I started to feel a little sad, so I declined, and then I went back home.
May I ask why you declined going to the movies?
Well, I just started to think about my grandma and how I used to go to the movies a lot with her, but now she's gone, and I miss that. I started to think about it, and I got sad. I almost started to cry. I actually did cry when I got home.
First, I want to say good job. You actually were able to leave your room, not just your room though, in fact your house, and that takes effort. You then actually met with not just one of your friends, but it seems a couple other friends as well. To me, that's a great start, and you really should be proud of yourself for taking all those steps and taking on the homework assignment to the best of your ability. That it really is something. Now, it seems the challenge actually wasn't the homework at all. Once again, I want you to realize you did complete the homework, and you really should give yourself a pat on the back for that. The challenge here seemed to be going to the movies with your friends. Now, this brings us back to our last session where we went over the automatic thought record. That was the activity you engaged in for you to, capture and visualize your automatic thoughts, and then discover the feelings that go along with them, which then leads to a behavior and outcome. Do you remember doing that?
Yes, I do.
So briefly, let's go over it again.
Okay.
Let's use this situation as an example. The situation was your friends decided to go to the movies that night, right?
Yes.
All right. Now during that situation, your automatic thought was.
When they said the movies, I automatically thought about my grandma. And at the movies, like things that we used to do, we always used to go to the movies.
Right. And okay, so that was your automatic thought. Now, just from hearing that, it seems I could tell you and your grandma very close, and you guys had an unbreakable bond. I do want to point out, yes, this is an automatic thought, but it does not mean it's a bad thought. In fact, it's a beautiful thought. And I'm going to come back to this in just a minute, but this automatic thought led to the emotion of you feeling sad, correct?
Yes, I got really, really sad.
Your emotion of being sad then led to the behavior of avoidance. That led to the outcome, which meant not going to the movies with your friends.
Yes.
Okay. All right, so right now, does this make sense to you?
Yes, it does. Just like the last time we did it.
Okay. Good. You are very smart. Now, to back to where I said the thought of your grandma and how you guys used to always go to the movies. That is not a bad thought, even though it is your automatic thought. It's actually a great memory and a memory for you to cherish for the rest of your life. It's just the emotion you are currently feeling right now, and the behaviors that come from the emotion is what we want to change. We want you to change those emotions and behaviors to something positive when you get this, automatic thought of your grandmother. So today we're going to complete something called the dysfunctional thought record.
What is that? Is that similar to the thought record sheet that we just went over?
Well, I'm glad you asked. It's a dysfunctional thought record is a thought record which encourages identification of any cognitive biases and or cognitive errors which are operating and present. So what we will be doing is the thought record, but it's going to have a couple more steps. The purpose of it is to have you view situations in a different light rather than just what you're viewing them automatically.
I think I understand.
Awesome. Are you ready to start it?
Yeah.
Perfect. So would you like to use the situation we've been discussing to start off?
Yes, let's do that one.
All right. So we already know how to fill in the situation. Here we would put your friend's house and being asked to go to the movies with your friends. Your automatic thought was you thinking about how you and your grandmother used to go to the movies. The emotion was you being sad, correct?
Yes, that's right.
Okay. All right, so now what we do here for the dysfunctional thought record, we are going to add is just 3 more columns, okay? The next column is the column where you're going to try to determine the distortion. This is what we discussed in our previous session about cognitive distortions. Do you remember, or would you like me to go over it again?
No, you did a good job last time. I think I remember.
Awesome. So what do you think we should put down?
Well, now that I think about it, emotional reasoning?
Yes, that is good. You really are smart to remember all that information. Good job. Now, do you mind if I ask why you chose this?
Well, I started to feel sad because I thought of my grandmother. And I would never be able to see a movie again. I would never be able to see a movie again without her. So now going to the movies is always going to be sad for me.
Good job. Once again, you're doing great. Let's move to the next column. Here we will call this column alternate thoughts. What I want you to do here is tell me if there are any other possible thoughts of you going to the movies with your friends besides you thinking you'll never be able to go to the movies again without feeling sad or thinking about your grandmother.
I'm not sure. I kind of do think I will always be sad.
Well, at this stage right now, what you're going through, yes, you're going to be feeling like that. This is common with depression. However, this will pass, and I will assist you with this column. Now, it is possible that when you think of going to the movies, can you feel happy?
What do you mean?
Well, yes, once again, it is common for anyone to feel sad because they're going to miss going to the movies with their loved one, and you're not going to be able to do that anymore. But what if I told you when going to the movies brings up the thought of you and your grandma, you use that thought to push yourself forward? In other words, burn it like fuel so you could go to the movies, and it will remind you why you and your grandmother went. It was to enjoy your time, And I'm sure that even though your grandma's no longer here, she would want you to go to the movies instead of you being sad and not going. I'm pretty sure she would want you to feel happy. Knowing you two created great moments and memories by going to the movies together, I'm sure she just wants you to keep doing that.
Yeah, that actually makes a lot of sense.
And listen, it's okay to feel sad, and you may feel sad for a little while longer, but remember, you could burn that sadness in order to move forward and not let it hold you back. Think of the good times you had and let that motivate you to do the things you did with your grandmother, whether it be just you alone or with friends or another loved one.
I like that. I will put being happy as my alternative thought.
Awesome. So let's move to the last column.
Okay.
Okay, so the last column here is the outcome of your alternate thought. What do you think would happen if you went to the movies with you and your friends this time?
That I would have a good time because I did not let the thought of me always going with my grandma to prevent me from not wanting to go anymore due to the fact that she's no longer around. Instead, I'm going to let the memories of us make me feel good, and I'll be motivated to go in honor of me and my grandmother going.
That's great. Just remember, you're also going to do this for yourself, for you to enjoy and make the most out of your time.
Yeah.
And that's it. Congratulations. You've completed your first dysfunctional thought record. I have to say, you really are smart, and you should give yourself more credit. You nailed it.
Wow, thank you.
So looks like our time here has come to an end, but before we go, I want to know if you have any questions for me or even concerns. Then I just want to send you off with another homework assignment, just so you can work on for the next time you come in.
I don't have any questions or concerns, but thank you for asking.
Of course. So what I would like for you to do, and you could tell me if you think it's too much, I want you to plan a date to go to the movies with your friends. Do you think you could do that, or should we try something else?
No, I really want to try that. I think me finding a date and movie will make me feel a little more comfortable.
That's awesome. I think we have a good assignment here. I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next session. I want you to have a great week, okay?
Thank you. You too. Bye.
Take care.
That was good.